Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, hundreds join forces to take a stance against crime on National Night Out.
Plus, the city organizes a tribute fit for a true hero.
Then we'll introduce you to a group of special guests visiting from across the globe.
And thousands wined and dined under the stars, all for a great cause. We'll take you there. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. If you thought it could never happen to you, you might want to think again. Nearly 1.2 billion, that's right, billion usernames and password combinations were stolen recently, along with more than 500 million email addresses. Authorities say a Russian crime ring is to blame for what may be the largest known theft of confidential internet information. Security experts say the best way to minimize the risk of becoming a victim is to change your passwords immediately. Never leave a router on its default password. Be cautious of free third-party Wi-Fi hotspots. Consider using a service to protect your devices. And if you're using a website to conduct a financial transaction, be sure you see a padlock icon and HTTP before the URL. That indicates the site is secure. Now be sure to keep your antivirus browser and operating system updated. Use two-step verifications for email, social networking, and any other account that offers it, and use a password manager to help you create more secure passwords. Now, if you think you may be a victim of a data breach, you can file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. That number is 1-877-438-4338.
Speaking of data breach, new confirmation of restaurants involved in P.F. Chang's data breach was released this week. Torrance was one of the 33 locations listed throughout the U.S. involved in stolen credit and debit card information. Diners who stopped in at the restaurant at Del Amo Fashion Center between October 19th, 2013 through June 11th, 2014 may be at risk. The restaurant provided more details of its ongoing investigation, saying the stolen data may include the cardholder's name, expiration date, and credit card number. The complete list of restaurants involved can be found on their website at pfchangs.com/security.
The official number of potential candidates vying for the vacant seat on the City Council closed in at a dozen. Now city officials have a big decision to make on who will fill that vacant seat left by now Mayor Patrick Fury. 12 of the 14 originally registered applicants returned their completed paperwork to the city clerk's office by the August 4th deadline. The council is expected to make an appointment to the 7-member panel on August 12th. You can see the full list of applicants on the city clerk's website at torranceca.gov.
After a week off, city council members were back at City Hall to discuss city matters. Here is your council update. Council members read a resolution honoring Nancy Stein-Omatsu from the city treasurer's office upon her retirement from the city after 25 years of service. Then the council proclaimed National Night Out against crime in Torrance, as well as communities throughout the U.S. And the city was introduced to this year's delegates from Kashiwa, Japan, Torrance's sister city, who are here for a 3-week cultural exchange. And the Torrance Historical Society gave an interesting presentation on a program started about 3 years ago, gearing up for the city centennial. More than 100 volunteers assisted in a sidewalk field survey to document all structures within the Olmsted district. The purpose of the study was to document all structures and landscape designs, paying particular attention to the historic structures in this area. You can see the full presentation on this week's council meeting, or you can stop by the Torrance Historical Society to read the full report.
The City Council also adjourned this week's meeting in memory of former Commissioner Clark Adams, who unexpectedly passed away on July 26 while on vacation with family in Utah. He served not only on the Community Services and Airport Commissions, but was also a member of the Disabled Advisory Committee, the Nonprofit Social Services Grants Committee, and a member of the Workforce Investment Network. The council also adjourned in memory of Anna Gonzalez, a retired city employee who passed away on July 26th after a long illness. She began her career as a legal secretary in the city attorney's office in 1989 and retired in 2008 in the criminal division. Both will be greatly missed by the Torrance community. You can catch replays of the full meeting throughout the week right here on CitiCABLE Channel 3, on Time Warner Cable, or on Verizon Fios Channel 31.
Well, good news for one local hospital. Torrance Memorial Medical Center recently announced news of a new partnership with USC's Keck School of Medicine, allowing for expanded services in heart surgery at the Torrance facility. The expansion at Torrance Memorial's Lundquist Cardiovascular Institute's cardiothoracic surgery program will be possible thanks to the addition of 5 USC Keck Medical Center surgeons, Drs. Jack Sun, Craig Baker, Michael Bodish, Fernando Fleischman, and Amy Hackman will offer their medical expertise and services to the Torrance Medical Center. This added surgical coverage will ensure the community has a highly skilled team available in an emergency to treat complicated cardiac cases.
Labor Day is just a few short weeks away, and if you're planning any kind of getaway, experts in the travel industry say to do it now, according to Fly.com. If you're planning a trip that includes purchasing airfare and hotel, you should do it this week, as costs are expected to go up nearly 30% depending on the destination. The online travel booking site looked at more than 1 million flight searches last year and found a dramatic increase in prices between August 9th through the 16th for travel during Labor Day weekend. This year, the holiday weekend starts on Friday, August 29th and ends on Monday, September 1st.
If you've ever wondered whether something on the grocery store shelf is gluten-free, well, you won't have to guess anymore. Taking effect this week, the new federal rule says foods that carry a gluten-free label must contain fewer than 20 parts per million of gluten, a virtually undetectable amount that occurs naturally in wheat, rye, and barley. Now, this new guideline is intended to help the nearly 3 million Americans suffering from celiac disease, an autoimmune digestive condition that causes symptoms such as diarrhea, iron deficiency, lactose intolerance, joint and abdominal pain, and even migraines. The Food and Drug Administration officially published its labeling rules in August 2013. Manufacturers had a year following the announcement to bring package labels into compliance. Well, still ahead, a tribute fit for a true hero. We'll take you to Zamperini Stadium for the complete coverage.
Plus, the Sports Desk takes us inside the recent National CrossFit competition. We've got a sneak peek at the next episode.
Hey, Carl, what's with the lights? Blow a fuse or something?
I wish. Ugh, the electric bill's here.
You know, there's a better way to lower your bill than sitting in the dark and hoping for the best.
What, unplug the refrigerator?
No, Edison Smart Connect is coming. It's a new way to manage your electric consumption, and it could help you lower your electric bills. It'll all start when Southern California Edison replaces our old meters with a new Edison Smart Connect meter. Now, the new meter will send data to your personal online dashboard at SCE.com, where you'll be able to see how much electricity you're using every day, by the hour. By taking charge of your electricity usage through Edison Smart Connect programs like Save Power Days and Budget Assistant, you'll waste less electricity, save money, and help the environment. So you'll never have a surprise at the end of the month with Edison Smart Connect.
Ooh, I think his wife just saw the electric bill.
Why wait? Use my account on SCE.com today. You can also learn about all the other great programs SCE has, so we can all save energy, money, and the environment.
Local businesses and organizations partnered together to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars recently, all for a great cause. Amy Polpe Boone tells us more.
We are so privileged to have Honda put this on, and the proceeds donate to Torrance Memorial Medical Center. And these will go towards the construction of our new patient tower.
The 7-story Lundquist Tower is slated to open in November. It's slated to allow for more space for its outpatient departments and to provide a home base for its cancer division. And for the last 7 years, proceeds from the annual event have gone towards funding the new wing.
We started planning this about 7 years ago. It was a $490 million budget. We think we'll end up coming in at about $480 million, so under budget by $10 million.
American Honda partnered with the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce and chose Torrance Memorial as its beneficiary for the 9th consecutive year. Craig Leach, the CEO and president of Torrance Memorial, has been with the project since the very beginning.
We originally thought that we might get $50 to $75 million from the community in cash and pledges. We felt that that would be an honor to receive that kind of a level of donation. And we are currently at $120 million.
Leach and his team were impressed with the graciousness of the community as the stream of gifts continued to multiply.
Probably about 750 or 800 people here tonight. We have, we have sponsors here We also have a silent auction going at the same time. So we don't know what the results will be, but hopefully it's around $200,000 or $250,000.
Actress Tia Carrere and performers like Daniel Ho and acclaimed Hawaiian dancers came to support the event.
You know, it's great to come out for a wonderful cause and enjoy a wonderful night out. It's been incredible, the food and the wine and an amazing show, not just because I'm part of it, but it's been a really fun night here.
Guests enjoyed food from over 20 different restaurants, about 80 variety of wines, and a silent auction.
We view Honda as a really great neighbor in the community, and I think we're really, really lucky in this community to have large corporate citizens who give back to the community and care as much about the community as Honda does.
This event is just a small example of a city and its community members coming together to support a growing need for its residents. Reporting for CitiCABLE, I'm Amy Polby-Boone.
Thanks, Amy. With the end of the summer comes the start of a new school year, and a group of local high schoolers did more than just relax. They got a chance to earn a little extra cash and experience life in the working world. Here's Crystal Garcia with more.
It's a bittersweet time for 25 students from local high schools.
Let's give them a hand.
ExxonMobil employees, city officials, and staff from Torrance Unified School District gathered at the Toyota Meeting Hall to recognize the ExxonMobil Youth Development Program Class of 2014.
Students, over the course of the summer, you have demonstrated a strong commitment to become better individuals by gaining this valuable work experience.
The luncheon allowed the students to reflect on the 4-week period where they worked a full-time job, working directly with business professionals throughout the city.
Think about the people you came in contact with. I'm talking about the adults, the workers. And then try to think about why are these people successful in what they do.
Besides maintaining a full-time job during the program, students also completed a STEM project with ExxonMobil employees volunteering as mentors.
It was just a lot of fun to really be a part of that. And Exxon, they really encourage us to give back to the community and to do these things for STEM.
The students were split into groups, and each group had to create a component of a machine that came together to complete a larger task.
Behind me is what's left of a chain reaction machine, a project that the students worked on all summer. And today, they unveiled it in front of their mentors and all of the city officials.
I believe that I can speak for all of this summer's Youth Development Program participants when I say that all of our mentors provided us with invaluable knowledge.
And while the program is over, the experience is something all Youth Development Program alumni will carry forever. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Crystal Garcia.
Thanks, Crystal. Over the last 3 years, the Youth Development Program has added more STEM components to enhance the already intense 5-week course, teaching them not only math, science, and life skills, but the importance of teamwork.
Recent news broke that the Torrance Roseville Association's entry into the New Year's Day Parade may be at risk if new sponsorship is not found. Here's Amy Polby-Boone to tell us more on their efforts of saving this Torrance tradition.
Zamperini was invited to be the Grand Marshal for the 2015 Tournament of Roses Parade. So when the Torrance Roseflow Association was looking for inspiration, the answer was an easy one.
This year when they said that the theme of the parade was inspiring stories, I mean, we all just kind of said, Lou Zamperini. I mean, what better depicts Torrance than inspiring than Lou Zamperini?
But soon after, when a major sponsor dropped the contract, it placed it all in jeopardy.
I just can't imagine not having it. It would be a real disappointment to everybody not to be able to honor Lou Zamperini.
At least $15,000 have already been paid in non-refundable deposits. So when a major corporate sponsor withdrew their funds, it gave organizers until September 15th to find $150,000 in order to complete this float. Working with a small group of 8, organizers are now putting in extra hours and manpower towards crowdfunding and talking to family and friends.
On my Facebook page, I have lots of fellow Tartars that I reached out to, probably about 2,000. I've sent out over 600 emails asking anybody who I've ever done a favor for.
Torrance is one of the few cities in the past 100 years that have rarely missed a Tournament of Roses parade. But if the deadline is not met,
There really aren't any other options as far as, I mean, we're either going to have this float or we're not.
Facing opposition is something Zamperini mastered throughout his life. He would be proud of the stamina and resilience this team demonstrates.
I think he's looking down on us and saying, you know, we're going to get it done. We've moved on to going public, so to speak, so that we're asking for everyone's help, and if everyone can help out, then we can get it done.
Reporting for CitiCABLE, I'm Amy Polbyboon.
Thanks, Amy. To make a donation, you can go online to their website at torrancerosefloat.com. A new trend is exploding across social media and causing alarm with local authorities and area hospitals. The most recent and popular one is called the Fire Challenge, where teens and adults are lighting parts of their body on fire to quickly put it out and then post the video on social media. Other stunts include the Salt and Ice Challenge, the Polar Plunge, and the Cinnamon Challenge. These have led to injuries and death as people receive burns from placing ice over salt on their skin or jumping into frigid lakes and rivers or attempting to swallow a spoonful of ground cinnamon in less than 60 seconds. Experts say teens engaging in high-risk behavior may be suffering from depression, self-esteem, or other mental issues, while some are just responding to peer pressure. We spoke with Captain Scott Kahn of the Torrance Fire Department, and here's what he had to say.
Reaction, because the flame that is produced from this accelerant burns hotter and faster than what maybe they're used to. For severe burns, you can lose the function of a hand or another part of a function of a body part. And usually when we see these challenges is that they're in the upper body. So they'll be shirtless, and they'll set their chest and their abdomen on fire. Not only are we exposing our face and the vital organs that are around our face to a fire, but we're exposing our lungs, which are extremely sensitive to hot gases. The lungs fill up with fluid. There's nothing that the medical professionals do, and we see that either the lungs are permanently scarred, severely scarred, to the point where they won't function properly, or they fill up with fluid and the patient drowns over a period of time. My challenge to those kids is be yourselves. Don't follow the crowd to be accepted. Find your own path. And please don't do destructive things that permanently can harm or even take your own life because you want to be accepted.
The Thelma McMillan Center for Alcohol and Drug Treatment in Torrance also offers a number of programs ranging from prevention services and education to state-of-the-art outpatient treatment for adults and teens. You can get more information by calling 310-784-4879.
Now in its 13th year of participation, the Torrance Police Department celebrated National Night Out, a campaign that's been around for more than 30 years. We went out to a local neighborhood and saw how events like these play a vital role in maintaining safer communities.
It's a national event that local communities like this are taking part in.
This is really what it's all about, the neighbors looking out with the help of the police.
The Vanderhill Neighborhood Watch Group was just one of dozens in Torrance to take part in this year's National Night Out, an event designed to bring neighbors closer and more connected with their local police.
We live in a different time right now where people don't necessarily know each other, so I think these kinds of events are so important.
Jenna Christensen is the block captain of her neighborhood watch group. She says there's been an overall decrease in crime since the Torrance Police Department launched their See Something, Say Something campaign over a year ago.
What they were finding was that people didn't want to bother the police, but really they want to be bothered. They want us to call them. They want us to come out and see what's going on. And as they say, if you feel something is odd, probably something is not right.
The campaign encourages residents to report any suspicious activities and take note of what they see and hear. And for Christensen, being involved in her neighborhood watch group is just one more way of safeguarding her home and her community.
It seems that the message has gotten out and that the criminals have realized this is not a good area to go to. So we feel very, very successful in all the work that we've done. And this is just a way to get to know more neighbors, new neighbors, let them know what's going on, and help each other out.
In Torrance alone, there are more than 500 neighborhood watch groups. Now, to find out how you can join one in your community or start one up, call 310-618-6392.
Torrance police are looking for a man who posed as a Lexus auto body shop employee who recently conned a victim out of hundreds of dollars. Now, the crime occurred July 3rd after the suspect entered Wilshire Bank at 2424 Sepulveda Boulevard. He asked the owner of the white Lexus parked out front if he could repair the paint damage on her car. The man claimed to be a Lexus auto body employee and offered to do the work for $400. The suspect took the victim to his own car, a white Dodge Charger, opened his trunk and showed her painting supplies along with a notebook with previous auto body repairs he had completed. Now, after the work had begun, the victim had a change of heart, but by then it was too late. The suspect had painted a smiley face on her bumper and took off. The man involved is described as Latino, in his 30s, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, 180 pounds, with a shaved head. He was wearing a beige and brown Lexus work shirt and dark pants. We talked with Torrance Police Sergeant Paul Cranky to find out how you can avoid becoming a victim like this.
Never a good thing to do. You should always ask for a business card, and that gives you a chance to check with the Better Business Bureau and to see if they're a legitimate business. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And you should always use reputable or licensed businesses if you're going to obtain any kind of auto repair.
Anyone with information is asked to call Torrance Police at 310-328-3456. Still ahead, we've got some great upcoming events to tell you all about.
But first, here's a look at your 5-day forecast.
Tell you all about.
Texting and driving has now become the leading cause of teen driver death, surpassing even drinking and driving. But if you think dying in a car crash is the worst thing that can happen to you, it's not. You could survive after you kill someone else. No text is so important that it's worth your life or someone else's. Leave your cell phone alone when you're driving. If you absolutely must send a text, pull off the road or into a parking lot. Don't text and drive.
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a few events to tell you all about beginning Tuesday, August 19th. Torrance residents have the opportunity to sign up for the city's after-school club before non-residents sign up beginning August 26th. The after-school club runs from September through June for the new school year. For more information, call 310-618-2930.
And be sure to mark your calendars for the upcoming synchronized swim show, Rockwacade. It's happening on Friday and Saturday, August 22nd and 23rd at 8:15 p.m. at the Plunge. You can get more information by calling 310-781-7113.
Then Torrance adventure seekers, be sure to sign up for the upcoming excursion to the California Science Center to see Pompeii, the exhibition. This features more than 150 artifacts on loan from the Naples National Archaeological Museum in Italy. Admission price includes the exhibit as well as an IMAX theater experience on the film Forces of Nature, and as well as a lunch from Felipe's famous French dip. This excursion takes place on Wednesday, August 27th, and there's still space available. These tours are designed for adults 50 and older. To sign up, call 310-618-2720. Shortly after Louis Zamperini's death, the city began organizing a memorial fit for a true hero. Here's Crystal Garcia, who attended the memorial event and tells us more.
Flyovers kicked off the celebration fit to honor the legacy of Torrance's hometown hero.
Mr. Zamperini was such a part of Torrance. It gives us as a community, as a school district, as just a neighborhood to say goodbye to him the way we want to say goodbye to him.
Nearly 2,500 people filled Zamperini Stadium to join city leaders, family, friends, and even World War II veterans to celebrate the life of Louis Zamperini.
I came here to pay homage to Louis. We were prisoners of war together in Japan, and we developed a great friendship. People are not aware what Louis went through, because there's a lot of things he would never talk about. But I was there, so I know about it. And he's very proud to have been from Torrance.
Bittersweet stories from Zamperini's life of being an Olympic track star, a family man, and even a prisoner of war left no room for a dull moment.
When being asked if anything ever good came out of 2.5 years in a Japanese prison camp, he thought for a moment and he said, yes, it prepared me for 55 years of married life.
The presence of Louis Zamperini was felt throughout the event, from when the first flyovers took place to when the high school track team ran 2 laps in honor of the hometown hero.
Zamperini put Torrance on the map with his record-breaking running career, a career commemorated during the celebration. The legacy of Zamperini will live on through his family.
All I can really take are the lessons in life that he gave me, which is be kind, compassionate, and forgiving. And so I carry that daily.
Zamperini's legacy will also include the Victory Boys Camp, which he founded in the 1950s to help troubled youth find their way to a better life.
Louis' main message was glory to God, and that's the only way I can live is with a humble heart to my life, and knowing that I don't necessarily deserve what I've been given. And I'm standing here before God doing that and serving Him how Louis served Him.
The celebration honored the life of Louis Zamperini, a man who loved and honored the city he grew up in till the very end.
Torrance's most famous son was also its worst delinquent, and that it was the patience of the community and the police department in particular that helped turn my father around.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Crystal Garcia.
Thanks, Crystal. The celebration also featured a eulogy written by Laura Hillenbrand, the author of Zamperini's biography, Unbroken, and a heartfelt message written by director and actress Angelina Jolie was read by Zamperini's grandson. You can watch the full memorial on CitiCable's YouTube page, available now. And before we go, we have a sneak peek at the next episode of the Sports Desk.
Here's Juan Hernandez at the National CrossFit Competitions. Let's take a look.
What's up, Torrance? Juan here. You know, we've been cruising around the South Bay all summer long, meeting athletes from all over the place, but this week we're gonna do something a little different. We got one athlete who literally came from halfway across the globe to find out if she's the fittest. We've got another who's homegrown and he's one of LA's finest, and you know what? It might not be too long before you hear that he's the toughest athlete on the planet. That's every day here on CitiCABLE at 4 p.m. and 9:30. We'll see you there.
Thanks, Ron. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.